and another radar
meteorologists. And now your local forecast.
Well, Tropical Storm Bill is heading off to the northeast and won't be affecting Bermuda or even anywhere in the lower 48. So that's some great news. As a matter of fact, at 50 past the hour, we'll have a full report on Tropical Storm Bill and also some other areas around the tropics that we're watching at this time. Let's talk a little bit about the stateside. We did have some severe weather earlier tonight, but that is winding down, and we did have some great weather to talk about, that's for sure. This is in Austin, Texas. And people who love the water, this was the kind of day they dream about. Plenty of sunshine, temperatures warm enough to make the water feel really good. You bet. That looks like something I'd love to be doing about right now. Maybe next week sometime. And looks like these people are having a lot of fun on their boats. And it was just great weather. Most of Texas actually had some nice weather on Saturday afternoon. Or Friday afternoon. I'm getting ahead of myself. Except in northern Texas. We did have a severe weather report out of Carson County on Friday afternoon of over, let's see, I think it was 80-mile-an-hour winds there. And that was just a very isolated thunderstorm, and that's really about it. Much of Texas, what a great day. Hot, though. 94 in Dallas, 94 in Houston. Amarillo got to 90 also. And it looks like much of the south in the 90s, although keeping a little cool, 85 in Atlanta. I woke up Friday morning, and there was a lot of clouds around, and clouds did burn off, and we did have sunshine and temperatures not reaching 90, but getting to 85 in Atlanta, 91 in the nation's capital, 84 in Chicago. And you know what's going on in Chicago? Well, the Weather Channel blimp is there. And so if you live in Chicago, or if you live anywhere around Chicago, you might want to drive in just so you can see the blimp kind of hovering over the city. As a matter of fact, I think it was hovering over the game, the Cubbies game yesterday. So just a little tidbit. And we'll let you know where it will be next, because the blimp will be traveling to many cities across the country. And I think in August, actually, we'll be here in Atlanta. So hopefully some of us will get a chance to ride in it. We'll probably all be fighting over that, that's for sure. But look how warm it got here in the Northern Plains. 90 in Bismarck, only 81 in Rapid City because of some cloud cover and some rain around most of the day. But some of the areas that did reach into the 90s was because you had sunshine. And you know what that meant? By the afternoon with the sunshine, the thunderstorms had a chance to develop. And that's what we've been seeing tonight. A lot of thunderstorms in this area tonight. But that was all about average, most of the temperatures here. But it was definitely not average here in the Pacific Northwest, where a lot of cold air was coming in behind that front. We even had some record lows on Friday morning in Boise, Idaho. We may even see a few more tonight. Let's take a look at the water vapor loop, and I'll show you what's happening. We do have an upper level low. You can see it right in here. Follow this right through there, how that little swirl in there. That's the upper level low. And it's got some cold air aloft with it. So we actually even had some thunderstorms develop in eastern Idaho, Oregon, and even around the Great Salt Lake today. So the threat may be again tomorrow because the cold air is still there and it will still be unstable behind the front. That's one area of the country that you see that happen a lot behind the front. You have actually thunderstorms develop. And the trough, here it is on Saturday. And what this means here, probably in Dakotas and into Minnesota, the threat may be some severe weather as this trough does start to swing out. The ridge will keep it nice, though, for another day or so in Chicagoland and even around Detroit. So you can plan on heading to that festival, especially in Chicago, the music festival. Notice how the ridge pushes to the east now, so we'll really start to warm it up here in the northeast and in the west also. Now remember that trough I just showed you? Now look, it's a ridge, and underneath it, you bet it's going to be sizzling by Monday. You're going to wish that you were back in that regime Friday and Saturday. It's going to be hot. But here's the front. Saturday morning, we have to be concerned the threat of maybe some showers and even some heavy rain continuing, especially in the Dakotas and even around Boise. Not Boise, but Des Moines. They all start to sound the same this time of the night. But high pressure on the East Coast looking good for another day or so. It's going to be a great day to head to the beach. Sound like a broken record, but I guess it's probably because I wish I could. To the beach along much of the mid-Atlantic states. Florida, well, you might be okay along the beach. Inland, though, might be the threat, might be the area we'll have to watch for some thunderstorms developing there. Even some of the storms here might be severe. Again, we have to watch this area. We'll let you know if there are any watches issued. But the biggest threat tonight will be heavy rainfall. Again, if you're traveling out in the morning, just take it a little bit easy. The roads are probably going to be a little slick, especially 90 and Interstate 94 and even Interstate 80. You might see some areas that there's some ponding on the roadways. We've already had some estimates of like 4 inches or so in some of the areas in the Dakotas. And look how warm the temperatures will be tonight, and very cool underneath the trough here. And that will start to change, though. We'll see temperatures starting to come up again by Saturday in the northwest and keeping it hot in the plains. Will that continue? Let's find out.